Hello, Philosophy 103, Section 3, Summer, Session 3, all the threes that have ever existed. Hello. Um, it's nice to see you again. Again, my name is Bryce Blingenship, and I am now the instructor for your course, and I have changed locations to my office. So, I've been spending a couple of hours kind of getting familiar a little bit with what Jamal was doing, or at least was attempting to do, and have kind of built the course a little bit differently in accordance to, again, kind of my own comfort and kind of my own strengths. So this is definitely an important video to watch. This is definitely an important video to listen to, for we'll discuss both the trajectory of the course for the next 2 weeks. Okay? It will also discuss assignments and how I am changing those. Okay, so please pay close attention. First and foremost, though, as you will see for the remainder of the week, on day 3, day 4, and day 5 here of week 3, July 25th through 29th on your module, there's a lot more there. Okay, and I don't intend this to overwhelm you. I don't intend this to be overly taxing or daunting. But again, this kind of reflects my style. I don't use PowerPoint. It's just not my vibe. It's not my, I don't find it to be all too useful, frankly. And so a lot of what you'll see here that have been linked up to YouTube are video lectures much like this, okay? Where it's me kind of discussing the material, and this material often references either the reading materials that I have linked, or it might reference the various lectures that I have linked, so you can see Aristotle lecture there at the bottom of day 4, right? Have that out, have that up on your desktop while you're listening to me discuss Aristotle, and you'll kind of have a really full grasp of Aristotelian thought, okay? And again, this is intended, being a summer 4-week class and being a I'm blanking on the name, kind of an asynchronous class, right? Where you can kind of work at your own pace. I still have it set up for you to do that, right? So if you're working this summer and you work, let's say a traditional 9 to 5, maybe you get up and you watch one of these videos while you're eating breakfast, and then you watch the rest when you get home from work, okay? So again, kind of like paying close attention to that and paying close attention to the material, because that's where, again, the delivery of material will be given, okay? So all of those should be linked to YouTube, or should show up here in Canvas of the material. And a lot of these videos are not very long. It may seem like a lot, but come to find out, they're only 5 to 8 minute videos. So kind of much like a short little podcast, if it were. So you can kind of like put this on in the background maybe while you're making dinner or something like that. Okay? But this is how I will deliver material for the next, again, 12 days, essentially, 10 days. Okay? Is through these video lectures. And you'll see that there are a couple of like PDF links, there's a couple of lecture links. And when I say lecture, I mean like typed lectures that I've used in class in the past. Okay? Other thing to make mention of here is on day 5, I kind of tried to figure out how Jamal was structuring some of your assignments. Frankly, it was a little confusing to me. So I have your short paper number 1 there on the day that it's due, which is the 29th of July. Also, that discussion board is due on the 29th of July as well. And I've kept those the same. Okay? Now, moving forward, okay? And again, this is going to be a big structural change. It is my aim and my intention that this course will be over by next Saturday, August 6th. Okay? It appears that Jamal was operating on a bit of a lag time, which makes sense because maybe he needed more time to grade. I am not operating that way. Okay? This class will be finished by August 6th at midnight. Okay? And I'm very firm on that. So this is definitely a change. This is definitely a change in pace as it relates to the instructor switch. So I apologize, kind of, but I also don't apologize, because I like to have a little bit more structure than it seems like maybe what was happening for the last couple of weeks. So, that being said, and looking at kind of what you all have turned in, and looking at what you all still need to turn in, there will also be some changes. it looks like you had a reflection worth 10 points kind of back during the start of the week. And I'm going to count that as one of your discussion board posts. Okay? So essentially, you have essentially by Friday at midnight, the 29th, you will have 2 discussion board posts in, each worth 10 points for a total of 20. And you have your weekly reflection from, I think, the first week that Jamal counted it as 10 points. Okay, so that's 30 points. And on the 29th, you will have your short paper number 1 due. Okay, so by Friday evening of this week, okay, by Friday night of this week, the 29th, you will have 50 points in the gradebook. Okay? Now, in preparation for next week, okay, and again, I'm finishing the class by Saturday the 6th. Okay? There's no lag time. I'm not going to give you as open-ended parameters on being able to finish assignments. Okay? So next week, what you will need to accomplish are 2 short papers, each worth 20 points, 1 discussion board post worth 10 points, and then again, as a switch of an instructor, I am adding in a final exam next Friday, okay? Friday into Saturday, okay? And so the whole course on the syllabus that Jamal had made for you all, he had 100 points total for the course. I am upping that to 150 points total for the course, okay? So again, I know this is a lot. I know that it might be confusing to kind of follow along here. Suffice it to say that this week, week 3, by Friday at midnight, the total points for the course thus far is 50. Next week, week 4, the week where I kind of have my footprint on the entirety of the course, okay, you will have a total of 100 points kind of throughout that week. So it's a big week next week. So definitely plan accordingly, plan wisely. Okay. So what will happen next week? Okay. What will happen next week? And I'll reiterate this in a video that starts next week so we can all be on the same page. But I just want this to be fresh kind of as we transition into having a new instructor and having kind of a new trajectory. So next week is the start of August, okay? And Monday is August 1st. And on Monday, August 1st, you will see that I will assign short paper number 2, but it will be due by midnight on Tuesday, August 2nd. Okay, so you've got a long window. I think that's, quick math, Bryce, come on, 24, 36 hours to complete it. Okay, so you have 36 hours to complete it. It will show at 6 a.m. on Monday, and must be completed by midnight on Tuesday. Okay? So that's short paper number 2. Short paper number 3 will be assigned on Thursday at 6 a.m. and must be completed by Friday at midnight. So again, the same kind of time frame as short paper number 2. Okay? What is it, 36 hours? Okay? So again, assigned on Thursday morning at 6 a.m. and due by Friday, August 5th, next week. Okay. So those are your 2 short papers, each worth 20 points. And then your discussion board post will take place on Thursday. And again, I do things a little bit differently, and this is a little bit more structured. But essentially, next week, you all need to plan that Thursday is your discussion day. Okay. So not only will short paper number 3 be assigned, but also during that day you need to find time to actively participate in the discussion board, because that discussion board will open at 6 a.m. and it will close at midnight on Thursday. Okay, so again, you've got 18 hours there to discuss, to engage, and again, if you're working, maybe post something in the morning, come back, engage, and see where people are at and see what's going on. Okay, so you can still be diligent, you can still be focused. But the time parameters are much shorter than I think what Jamal has been giving you. Okay, so again, 6 a.m. to midnight on Thursday for your discussion board, which will be worth 10 points. Okay, and then next Friday, right? Next Friday, your short paper is due by midnight, but was assigned the day before. Okay, But on Friday, I will assign the final exam, which will be a mixture of matching, true, false, and multiple choice. And it is due by Saturday at midnight. So again, you still have that 36-hour window. Is that right? What's 24 plus 18? I'm going to figure this out. 24 plus 18. 42. It's a 42-hour window. Classic philosophers doing math. Okay? So you have a 42-hour window to take the final exam. You have a 42-hour to complete short paper 2. You have a 42-hour window to complete short paper 3. Okay? All right. That probably all was incredibly overwhelming, and I apologize. Okay? I do apologize, like sincerely. I'm not one to be an overwhelming instructor. I'm not one to be an overbearing instructor. But kind of coming into this class, the way that I'm coming into it, the way that I'm assessing it, and the way that I'm kind of finding a way to deliver material and to kind of hold you all accountable to the material, this is the way that I deem best from my perspective, okay, from my kind of past in the way that I've conducted classes and in the way that I've conducted, in particular, online classes. So next week, again, much more structure, much tighter time parameters. And when I say tighter time parameters, you still have, like I said, 42 hours to complete short paper 2, short paper 3, the final exam. And you have 18 hours to complete and be diligent within your discussion posts. Okay? So I will pause with that, and I apologize again for perhaps the overwhelming nature of this video in particular, because I think I can appreciate that it is overwhelming, but I think you'll find, especially as we round out this week with all the material and you complete those assignments by Friday the 29th, and as we start fresh on Monday the 1st, I think you'll be able to see pretty quickly kind of the plan, the aim, the trajectory, the requirements of the week. Okay? And like I said, we will be done with this class on Saturday, August 6th. So next week, definitely be mindful, be participatory, and be engaged with what we're doing. So I hope this is helpful. Again, please shoot me an email if any of this seems just incredibly wonky or really difficult to grasp. I hope I communicated it clearly and effectively. I will write all of this out in an email as well. Especially next week, I'll save it for Monday, so it seems kind of fresh and you can kind of bounce off that. But yeah, I apologize for the overwhelming nature of this video, but I also hope that it provides clarity kind of as we make this transition moving forward. So thank you very much, and I hope you all are doing well.